Amanda Hilburn from the Little Bluebird Gallery, and I'm going to show you just a little simple demonstration about how to paint using a palette knife. Palette knives come in all different shapes and sizes. These are just a few that I have here in my studio. So, well, there's a few more, but I don't have room for them. And they're basically going to do the same thing. With palette knives, you're going to need paint that is thick enough for you to load it on the knife. When you're painting with a brush, something like this, your paint can be thin and the bristles will soak it up. But when you're using a palette knife, your paint needs to be at least thick enough that it will stay on the knife and not drip off when you're wanting to make a stroke. So let me show you a few different little things that I do with palette knives. One that's shaped like this, that has a sort of a small body and a pointed tip, work well to go in small spaces when you're painting. For example, if I were painting this and I was trying to get around the edges of this here, I would use something small like this so that I could fit in those little spaces. I also use this kind of knife when I'm painting flowers. See how this paint doesn't come off. And it can be put on thickly enough that it can be moved around a little bit on the canvas or on your piece of wood or whatever it is that you're using to create your work of art on. These that are larger, this one, they have a bigger area here, so if you were trying to cover a large area with paint, then something like this would work better, especially this one. It looks sort of like what you would use to ice a cake, and it basically, you can just load a larger amount of paint and cover a larger area using something larger like this. This also has this wide edge here that you can use. If you cut into your paint, you can use that to make some lines. Like if you were painting a scene with water, then that would be something that you could do to make the edge of the water like this. Also, these with the really sharp point, the tip here, work really well when you are trying to get around spaces. Like if I were to try to go around this flower now with some white paint, that sharp tip can be used, just the tip of it. Let me see if I can show you. Instead of putting it down completely flat like this, if you just hold it up so that just the tip of it is touching and press down, then you can get a smaller space covered and really get in those really tiny areas where you want to paint. But palette knives are my favorite tool to use to paint. They can help you really loosen up rather than be so tight with your work like it's easy to do with a brush. But it takes some practice. So the best thing to do is just get yourself a piece of scrap paper or wood or canvas and just try it out. Just load some paint on your palette knife and just practice and play with it and see what you can come up with. And I'd be happy to help you in any way that I can. I have some classes online. I have several e-courses. I also have a group that's called the Little Bluebird Creative Community, where we do 3 paintings using palette knives and also some mixed media pieces every month, and I would love for you to join us. But anyway, I hope you have learned something here and that you'll enjoy painting with palette knives.